Okay, so the most important part of any selling career on eBay is, of course, listing your item. So I'm going to take you step by step through each part of the listing process as we create a brand new listing on eBay. So all I've done is clicked under listings, create new listing, and this is the main listing page. So the first thing we want to do is enter some information about the item. If you have the UPC or ISBN or part number or product name, then you can absolutely type it. Let's say we're selling a Tiger Woods men's golf polo extra large. Let's just say we're doing that. So we're going to hit the get started button. There's no results for your search, so you're going to continue without a product, as there aren't with most used clothing. And so now we need to come up with each part of this. And so the first part is going to be the title. And so the title matters the most because it's how people find your item. You can have great photos, great prices, great everything. If they don't find your item, none of it will matter. And so with clothing, there's kind of a title order of words. And so it's going to be the brand, which let's say it's Tiger Woods. It's going to be the item, or I'm sorry, the gender, men's, and then the item, golf polo, and then the size, extra large, and then any descriptive and keywords, which would be, let's say, green, white, striped, dry fit, right? Okay. And so that's how you would do your title for that shirt. Now, you don't want any spaces other than between each word. You don't want any dashes or hyphens or hashes or ands or thes. You just need green, white, striped, dry fit. Not green and white, just green, white, striped, dry fit. It's just a set of keywords. Now, next is your subtitle. Now, this is going to cost you $1.50. You're not going to really need a subtitle ever. Custom label SKU line. This is very important. If you store your inventory on shelves or on bins with custom letters, just like I advise that you should do, then this is going to be where you would put that. Let's say you have 10 bins and you label your bins A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and on. And inside of that bin, you have 20 items, A1, A2, A3, A4. This happens to be item A5. That's where you would put it, and this will allow you to know that this is in bin A and it's number 5 or A-5 or however you decide to label it. If you had 20 items in there and this was item number A19, you'd do it as such. Next is a category. It should automatically recommend it and choose it, but if another one of these is better, you can certainly switch it, but it's typically the first one. Second, your store category. So after creating your store, this is where you would choose which one it goes in. So this would be men's shirts, right? You can choose a second one if you have subcategories. Now, variations. This is where you would create it if you had this exact same item in multiple sizes or colors. So it has to be the same item. You'd be able to create a variation, which will take you to this page to choose size types and other different things. Now I'm going to cancel that because we don't have any variations of this. So we'll come back down here. UPC. Now this is required. If it does not have a UPC, a used item, just does not apply. If it has a UPC, put it. Condition. It's either new with tags, new without tags, new with defects, or pre-owned. Okay. And a condition description. This is a very short description that will appear at the top. We're going to put excellent, pre-owned, condition, extra large. So this is just a quick little description. This is not your full description. It's just a little short one. You're going to add your photos, which are here. We'll go over good photography in just a few minutes. Once you add all of your photos, you can add up to 12 of them for free. Do not display a large photo. It's going to cost you $2 and you don't need that. We're going to go to the item specific side of things. The item specifics, the brand. So this is Tiger Woods. So we can search for Tiger Woods, right? Style. We're going to go ahead and it's a polo shirt. Product line, if he had his own, you know, sometimes there's limited edition, signature. Model, MPN does not apply unless you have an MPN. Size type, this is a regular. If it was big and tall, it'd be big and tall. And it's an extra large, so we're gonna keep going. Sleeve length, short sleeve material, let's say that it's silk. Let's say that the color, we know it's green and white stripes, so we can just go green. You could choose multicolor. Pattern, well, here's where we choose striped. Okay, fit. Could be a regular fit. The more you fill out here, the better. Now this California Prop 65 warning does not matter unless you have more than 10 employees. Do not worry about this. Featured graphics. Again, the more you enter, the better. Now we're going to come to the actual item description. And this is where you need to put as much information about the item as possible without overdoing it. So let's just say that we wanted to do some bullet points, right? We're going to bold it, bullet point it, and just say it's a Tiger Woods men's polo. Size, extra large. Color, green, white, striped, right? Then we could do excellent, pre-owned condition. We could do dry fit style. And we could do short sleeve. Okay, so you can just put some information. Then we could do something along the lines of, whoops, want to undo that. We could do something along the lines of, ooh, messing up here a little bit. Okay, take away that. Then we could do measurements, right? And then we could do like the chest measurement, which is very important. You want to put measurements into your clothing. If you don't do clothing, then you don't have to worry about this. It could be 20 inches. Neck to bottom could be 24 inches. And then we could again come over here and go shipping. And we could do first class USPS free shipping. Now this is always going to be different depending on what item you have or what you are listing, the item category, the type of shipping, you know, does it have measurements? Is it clothing? Is it a DVD player? Whatever it is. But this is kind of a good way to make things bold, to make them bullet pointed, and to catch people's attention, but not go overboard. You probably want to, like, you know, space down here, delete out, and you could just put item, and then there you go. So now you've got it all laid out clean and clear, and you can add your return policies or different things to it, but this is a pretty generalized way of starting. Okay, so that's item description. And now we need format, duration, and pricing. So under format, this is where you choose fixed price, buy it now, or auction. We're going to do fixed price. You can do 3, 5, 7, 10, 30, or good till canceled. What are the differences? Well, every time an item renews, you get charged with the insertion fee. Or if you have free listings left, one of those will be taken away. If you do good till canceled, they will auto renew after 30 days and you'll be charged for those fees, or they'll come off of your credited free amount. Now, the good thing about good till canceled is you don't have to go relist them. However, if the items keep auto relisting month after month because they're not selling, then you will get stale items and you'll need to go edit them and end them. I do 30 days. That way, if an item doesn't sell for a month, it goes to my unsolds. I know it didn't sell. I can edit it, relist it, and delete it out of unsolds and allow it to get a new fresh listing. I can edit the titles, edit the prices, and get a new item number. So that is 30 days. Now, one of the tips that I give people is instead of relisting when they end, click sell similar. And then once the item is sold similar, it relists it just like normal, except for the quantities. Pay attention to quantities. And then you have to go to unsolds and delete them. But the reason we do that is because sell similar issues a new item number. Relisting or auto relisting through good till canceled does not. Okay, next we're going to choose a buy it now price. And a buy it now price is very important. You're going to want to look up the price of comps, which I will show you in another video, how to look up pricing and how to look up sell-through rates. Let's say this is a $25 shirt, right? Now we can allow our buyers to make an offer, and that's best offer if you'd like to do that. Also, you can set it to automatically accept or automatically decline. Let's say you're not willing to go under 15, so you would decline any lower than 15. Let's say that if they offer 20 or more, you're willing to take it, so you go ahead and automatically accept 20 or over, and that'll help cut down your time. I don't do that because if I see an offer come in, I'll always counter it or always try to accept or decline it right away, and it only takes seconds. Of course, quantity, that speaks for itself. Private listing, allow buyers to remain anonymous. I would never recommend that. Making a donation to charity, you can if you want. It's never really helped my sales. Now here's our payment option, PayPal, and you want to have your PayPal email, and require immediate payment. Always, always do that. That way they can't buy it on buy it now and then have to wait around to pay for it. If they make a best offer, they do still get 2 or 3 days and they can go without paying, and that's where you have to open unpaid item cases. Any additional checkout, never really needed. Sales tax you can set, but with all the new sales tax laws, I wouldn't stress about that too much. Returns, this is our important part, returns. Always accept domestic returns. Please, it's almost required now. You need to do it. Don't turn these off. I recommend 30. You don't have to do 60. Now, it's up to you whether you do free returns or not. If you do buyer, then they have to pay to send it back. The only reason you would pay is if they did an item not as described. If you do seller free returns, all returns are free for them, including if they just changed their mind or bought a wrong size or didn't like the color. So why would we do that? Well, if you do one-day handling and you do free returns, you get a 10% discount on your seller fees, and you can earn top-rated seller plus, which is supposed to give you better search and a badge. So I do free returns because the extra I pay for return labels is way offset by the discount that I get and the extra sales. I never accept international returns. It is too expensive. Next is your shipping details. This is where we talked about printing a shipping label and where you will select the correct option that fits your item, along with whether or not you want to do free shipping, whether you want to charge them, which is a flat cost to all buyers, or you can do calculated, where it will automatically calculate the shipping for the buyer. Now, that is based on their location and the weight of the item that you put in, which you will have to put in down here. Handling time. 1 day is very, very important. You don't need same day, but you definitely need 1 day. And the cutoff time for 1 day handling is 3 a.m. Eastern, midnight Pacific, which means if an item is paid for before 3 a.m. Eastern on Monday morning, it must ship Monday. If it's paid at 3:01 a.m., it can ship Tuesday. If it's paid at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Eastern time, it has to go Monday morning. If it is paid at 8 p.m., it goes Monday morning, 10 p.m. Monday morning, all the way up to 3 a.m. goes Monday morning. Once Monday 3:01 a.m. comes, it's now good to go Tuesday. If it sells at 5 a.m. Monday morning, it can go Tuesday. Again, if it sells at all the way up to 3 a.m., it will go Tuesday, and then at 3:01, it can go Wednesday. Now, for Friday sales, those go Monday after 3 a.m. Saturday and Sunday also go Monday as well. That's for 1 day handling. If you have 2 or 3 or 4, then you would just fast forward that many days. But 1 day handling is what you always want to have. Do not offer 1 day handling if you cannot make 1 day handling. If you get late shipments, you will lose your account. No handling cost unless you're doing it for calculated. I just do flat rate, so I don't worry about the handling cost. International shipping options, especially for newbies, I definitely recommend you do not do international shipping other than with this global shipping program. The way that the global shipping program works is if a buyer buys from you internationally, you will get an order that says ship to Kentucky to eBay, and it works just like you were shipping to a customer anywhere in the United States. It just ships to their warehouse in Kentucky. Once it makes it to Kentucky, you are completely covered. Outside of that, you'll come down. You can do the promoted listings here, but I recommend doing it in the promoted listing, and it will show what it costs in fees to list this item. I still have free listings left on my store subscription, so it's not costing me anything, and you would just hit list item. And that is the end of how to list an item, start to finish, top to bottom on this draft. If you did it on your phone, it is totally different, and you will need to reference the mobile instructions via eBay for that, because I list right here.